canvases ready to go. I mean, I don't have music set up. Oh wait, I put this thing in the middle because I thought I could do a dual kind of stream and that would be interesting. But I mean, since it's already started, I don't think there's a way to fix what I've started. Probably not, but here we go with a late stream on a Saturday. Hi. Oddly enough, this is about the soonest that I could get to it. Yeah, it doesn't let me select the option once it's in there, but that's all good. And I can do a little art. Hey Boomafo, how's your week been? Oh my god. Hey, wait, Myth Nerd, have you made it? Cause it's a weekend. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's find the. I wasn't sure if you were gonna be here, but let's find the. Femboy sort of art. You're saying sorry about last time. Don't even worry about it. Oh my gosh. I mean, in the end, it's funny. In the moment, not so funny. But in the end, where we are now, funny, you know? And you're saying you have 3 questions? Sure, I'll answer all of them. Sheesh. I hope that my face is gonna behave correctly. Whose big ass mouth? Okay. Did somebody visit the past canvases retroactively? I don't know. You're saying, can you write it again so it's funny in the moment? A second chance. I'm gonna say that's normally not how comedy works, but if it doesn't get filtered, like, you can try. Normally when something funny flops, you don't get a second try. Usually it's kind of in a rule of 3s. What? Oh my gosh. Plymouth saying, where have you been? Whomst have you been with that you've been neglecting us? 3, do you love him? Plymouth. You know, my psychologist and my psychiatrist bestie, I need to ask her if she can prescribe an execution firing squad or something. I need to be shot to death. And you're saying peep your artworks. Okay, wait, which of the canvases? Okay, well, I should go to the canvas that I was going to anyway. I'm on the wrong account. This is nuts. And you're saying you went without permission. And you're saying, can I be a mod if someone crosses lines? Myth Nerd, whenever you come in here, it seems like you're moderating yourself, kind of. You're kind of, okay, let's find some links. Let's find some Zelda. Let's find some large sushi log. Alright. And then, I don't know, I should actually just copy that over because this version has all of the ads. Can't believe ad block is gone. It's just gone. Alright, there we go. New drawing 3. Oh, yeah. And you're saying you don't want to make people uncomfortable. And you're talking about new haircuts. Oh my gosh. So much happened in the past, 24 hours. I wasn't even registering that I got a haircut on Tuesday. You're saying if we're not uncomfortable growing. Okay, wait, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. That's a good wisdom. That's a good wisdom. If I'm gonna lapse into contemplative silences. I should probably put some music on or something. Okay, so we have I Know What You Are, and we have some little dinosaurs and things. I do like the collaborative art. I did go to an art festival, and I did go on a double date with so like I was coupled up, and my bestie, who I hope can prescribe me an execution, was also coupled up from Hinge, and then my two game night buddies were also there. I guess we are the squad, you know. And we got like a Polaroid picture. That was great. I loved that a lot. Oh my god. Wait a second. Whoa! Oh, something did look different over in the corner. Hey, whoa, I almost didn't see that. Oh, straight up graffiti skills up in here. Dude, got some texture on that. Scribble. Dude, that's good stuff. What is this? What's going on? What? Is this a little spaceman showing booty? Or just kind of throwing it a little bit back? One of those things? And then some eyes looking like the word I. I'm enjoying. Stylistic. Oh my gosh. You can make posters if you wish. Do you want to? You're saying keep scrolling to the next page. Whoa. Dude, what's up? Is this, wait, the lighting looks kind of artificial. Is there a graffiti simulator? That's good stuff. What is happening? Okay, for some reason my first thought was you've got an entire simulator game, but this could also just be you got a stock image and then went crazy on it. Very valid. Wow. Seriously, do you sell t-shirts? You could sell t-shirts. Asking if it got censored. Yes. I am not going to keep looking for it, Myth Nerd. If it keeps getting censored, you can check on this on this screen and such. Oh my gosh. Some good art. Woo! Okay, you're saying you give up. I'm kind of wondering, oh, I mean, okay. You know, if you go into the link in the description, then your message isn't censored either. Hey, silly guy. Hello, hi to you. How's your week been? How's your month going? I honestly, I thought of things to draw in a bakery, and thick Omni-Man Invincible is kind of top of the list, so I guess I'm gonna see. Oh, I have to look something up. I should have typed in the first part with like voice chat or something. Alright, you're saying you miss Sadie Williams and Macadella and you forgot the third one. Missing them indeed. Well, this is what happens when changing the stream to some kind of random time, you know? It's very random. Nobody can make it. But it really is the earliest I can make it here. I was having a bit of an emergency. You're talking about our bakery? You want to see that? Here we go. And you're saying, I thought you in person were drawing with us while you were in a bakery. Oh, that it's technically possible. And then you're asking, do you guys know about that person who kept commissioning girls buying Wonder Bread or something? Sorry about the sorry about the scam of the 10 minutes. It does intrigue me. It does interest me. But some days are long. Did a notification go through just now? Hi guys. How are you? Hello Williams. Okay. But yeah, how about the what about the Wonder Bread fetishist? Hey, it's so oddly specific. And yet, as somebody who gets into things that are oddly specific, can I even fault somebody, you know? You're saying, try drawing Omni-Man without the mustache. You don't like facial hair. Is that creepy? Is it creepy not to like facial hair? I thought for a second you were calling facial hair creepy, which I've heard people call it creepy before. Thanks for a compliment to Deadpool. You're saying, why did I start the stream right in your eating time? Sorry, Williams. None of us can eat today. I'm very sorry about this, but just for this we'll be eating double tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know, I wanted to start it earlier. I had relationship emergency and stuff. Okay, you're saying you missed some things, and then what was the name of that other mod? Macadeli, indeed. And then Myth Nerd clarifying. Is it creepy that I don't like facial hair? Bro was offline. Okay, I'm looking up. What? What? Okay, that's autofilling. States where you can tour a is it all of the states? I see. Okay. Well, okay, so that's officially not identifying information, so I can officially say I got to tour an Amazon fulfillment center yesterday. Fuck, yesterday was long. My god. Alright, we're talking about facial hair, Pumbafo. You don't miss anyone. And your ex-wife still misses me. But her aim is getting better. Good lord. And then you're... It's Macdella. You're so close. You know it, right? Macdella? Macdella? You know? Okay. So, I'm gonna need pictures of, okay, and let's put this in the Google search. Muscular man, throwing it back. Please. Okay. Okay. Some of that seems AI. I don't know. Throw it back. Throw it back. Please. Omni cheeks. We're trying to see them. See them cheeks. Alright. The first image is from a fruity little Asian YouTuber, and this is gonna be the thing. Okay, you're saying you remember Macdella and Williams, but there's a third way that lives in Norway or something. This is true. Probably either asleep or in the middle of the day by now. I don't know off the top of my head, but Finland, Lodes. You're saying you're a muscular man. Should you throw it back? You're saying if you want to. I'm okay with it not being so much of an option. Yeah, I order you to throw it back. This is a requirement. Thank you. You're saying, just know I have high expectations and will be disappointed if you don't meet them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Intimidating. What is even happening? Okay. What else am I looking at? Lotus. Yeah, there we go. You remember the name. Remember the name. And then this was like, There was totally a name change at some point. Used to go by another name for the longest time. You were about to have a stroke. It's a certified activity that can be done on stream. Having a stroke. Alright, I don't recommend it though. Okay. I got to tour Amazon, where all your packages are from. And then I got to see that a person has to put the notes that you might send with a gift. The person has to put that in the box. So they have the option of reading it, which I guess is why they say not to do identifying information. And then we're throwing it back on the keyboard. Pretty funny. And then you discovered the old YouTube videos when I had long hair. Nice. Yeah. I mean, okay, look, all of the streams due to the hair jar are still a YouTube video when I had long hair because it's physically in my possession. But it works. Okay, you're saying just now. I mean, you did not know about such videos when you first found the streams, I think. Or at least I did find the stream where you first found the stream. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for some hippy dippy happy energy. I'm kinda depressed right now. Due to the incredible harm that I caused to other people. Okay, you're saying you're new to this Kelly Williams, please. Okay. Let's have some shoulders, and I think it's just the brush settings that are messing with me. This is going to happen. We got some. Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? He says you've been here since the Thomas cosplay. Big fan. It's pretty funny that now there's a dude. What? What setting did I choose? Is this just like the more? Oh, I was drawing with the blend brush the entire time. Well, it looks great. This kind of looks like some kind of an entity in the hall or something. Yeah, I do like how it's more faded in the background and more solid up top. And then some of the light on the floor looks like it's almost reflecting a part of it, even though it's not. It really looks like we've put this right into the empty bakery, but that's not what we're doing. Okay. The entity. The Holy Trinity. You're saying there's nothing to eat in your house and you don't have a microwave right now. What should you eat? You should knock on your neighbor's door. I don't know if this is good advice. You should knock on your neighbor's door. Ask for some food or a little snack. And you're asking if my pops is Catholic. Okay, wait, if the answer was yes, what were you gonna do? Because I think I've mentioned my dad before. And you're saying it's 9 p.m. you should. Alright, that is fair. Good lord, 9 p.m. upon us already. Yesterday I was in a massive crowd with zero expectation of encountering my father, and then I was like passing by people and it was like stranger, father, and then there was like 1,000 people in there. There's no way that should be possible. Scared the daylights out of me. Saying, tell my father-in-law I say happy Easter. Okay. But I won't tell him that because my dad is an atheist and he escaped Catholicism on purpose as a child and a young adult. And then he made his mom convert to other religions because he was trying to minimize the amount of religious dogma that would affect his life. And so the, he can appear in front of people randomly, people who are me, but ass booty. What? So this is going great, honestly. Everybody throw it back. You're saying you're calling the Spanish Inquisition, and Myth Nerd is saying, do you think Nolan is hot? There's several moments where he's distinctly not hot. Several, if I will, image of a head being shoved in front of a train. Several moments where Nolan is not very hot. But some of the fan art hits pretty good. Don't know if I can hit you with some good fan art today, but it's theoretically possible, and I acknowledge this as an intellectual possibility. Okay, Spanish Inquisition. Alright, so we're being made into Catholics. Or else. Wow, that's what a thing to happen to us. Okay, you say yes or no in the fan art, yes. In the one specific piece of fan art I'm thinking of, yeah. I should draw him in a maid dress. Yeah. Deep depression in my heart and soul, but I can draw Omni-Man. Big booby out in that maid dress. Yep, there he goes. Alright. You're saying you left your speechless, you have that power. Look, is it really speechless if it has said everything that needs to be said? You know, we're looking at them cheeks, and that's it. That's it. Nothing else has to be said. You're saying you can tell Tara has a new love interest because she hasn't sent me any fanboy propaganda lately. You will be pleased to know that the stream is late because I'm utterly beefing it with people I met on dating app. I'm crying my freaking face out. Oh Lord. Okay. They're saying, did you become fanboy? If you're not listening to the propaganda, then it's your fault. Figure it out, jeez. Here I am coming up with a depression soliloquy, and will we really need some more femboy? Alright, there we go. Get some arm like this, go like that, utterly and you know what, in a perfect world, that would be slang for like jorking it or something, beating your meat in it or something. But we're not in a perfect world, and I'm depressed, so how about that? Okay, you're saying I'm not pleased, you deserve to be happy, but if it now... Did I tell you my buddy is trying to move to Chicago? Last night at the festival, we hung out and tried to make a going away party of it. But then I said goodbye, show completely awkward. I would not be surprised if the friend never wants to see me again, but maybe if I give like cool gifts that are like knives and stuff, in a non-threatening way, then this will convince a friend who is escaping to Chicago to hang out again. You're saying in a perfect world? We're all brothers in a perfect world. Perfect system. Oingo boingo reference. Maybe not just a reference, but a reverence. Like, I need to get into some funky, fresh tunes. Oingo my boingos. please. They had stuff from as recent as 11 years ago. So it's like 80s flavored. Jeez. Okay, you're saying tell him he better behave himself or I'ma lock his ass up. Well, uh, my buddy is moving in with parents, so the amount of locked up here, it may or may not already be happening. I guess that's subjective. Guess it's subjective based on what's happening. You're saying you're abusing of your authority. I don't know. Don't say it yet. Then at the festival I was at, goodness gracious. Now the festival I was at, the parking was really packed and kind of frightening. And somebody yelled at me and said I shouldn't drive. Okay, and you're abusing authority, and you're saying, are you going to finish this in time? Well, probably not. I haven't ever, but it's been 26 minutes, so I guess let's do a challenge of silence and see if I can put down some brush strokes. Challenge of silence. 4 minutes, starting now. It has happened. It has happened. Other times when I have tried to do 4 minutes of silence or something like that, it was unable to happen. And now I've lost a new car. Gained a bakery. And okay. You said the great silence is broken. Did I mention to you in specifically before that I was baking banana bread with my family like on Thursday night? I don't know if I mentioned it. But one was to give away to my buddy who's leaving to live in Indiana first and then Chicago. You're about to have an aneurysm. Maybe even 2 of them. Okay. You heard 40 minutes rather than 4, so you fully expected a silent stream. Wow. Thanks for believing in me. I've never even gotten close to that. My goodness. You smelled it from the walls. Banana bread. You can make bread out of bananas. I can get some right now, but then I'll be gone for a moment more, and I'll be silent again. But, it's so beautiful. We have so many little loaves. I don't know how long it's been since we had this many loaves, and no intention to give multiple of them away. This is nuts. This is just all for us. Maybe even for me. Okay, you're saying a banana baked this bread. Okay, guys. Hello, I'm Banana. And then you're asking if you can tell about your tattoo artist. Are you developing new crushes out there? New crushes from before? Because that seems to be a revolving theme. When a person is mentioned, it is either the homies or the baddies. Yes. So what is happening with the tattoo artist, homies or baddies? Okay, you're saying the best phallic fruit turned into an actual food. You never eat banana as a fruit? And you're saying, imagine this Viltrumite bakery getting clapped by a 6-foot divine femboy. Specifically, wait, is femboy Aphrodite still in here? You're non-stop, myth nerd. You're non-stop. Oh my gosh, femboy Aphrodite's still up in here. Alright, there we go. Do I know what back muscles are? Do I know? And in fact, I think I'm so used to seeing the thick meme version of Omni-Man that the regular version in the show looks a little bit weird. Because I'm like, they took his cake. Where is his cake? Alright, you're saying you have no idea how long you tried to write that and got censored. Okay, you're on a mission. Huh, okay. I'm glad my friends invite me to hang out with them again, even though I am cringe. Whatever I'm like on the stream, I am pretty much like that in person also. But on the stream, you can turn me off. In person, it must be almost unbearable. Okay. You're saying you could prove that message with a single click, but you didn't. It's all up to good taste, I assume. Oh, there you go. And you're saying, so your tattoo artist name is Leslie, and she did my hand tattoo like 12 years ago and haven't seen her since, but you remembered her last time you had social media, and she was specializing in black and white anime pieces. So, oh, right. You've got a fresh one. Spike, Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel. Okay. You do have a fresh one over here. Is it alright if I show it on the screen? Several thing. Oh my gosh. And here I was just yesterday hanging out with somebody who had merely a shirt of the dude. But here is the dude. Wow. Specialty. Tattoo a whole manga in your back. In the back. Gonna gain a little bit more weight. Okay. And there's Myth Nerd saying, what do you think the people saying the show could be about Mark rejecting toxic masculinity? I mean, if Viltrumite ideals and his daddy are a metaphor for toxic masculinity? You think the Viltrumite Empire is a metaphor for toxic masculinity? I don't know. This was written like in the early 2000s, right? And so I don't know if they were concerned about toxic masculinity in the early 2000s. Maybe a little bit. But I don't know. The theme is already a little bit there because he's what? Fighting his dad's mindset, and that kind of fits. Okay. And then you're saying the tattoos are in you, not on you. Those are temporary tattoos. Uh-huh. And you're saying you show up and it was a little awkward at first, but we started chatting and kind of vibing and yapping the whole time and making strong eye contact and smiling and stuff. And then also a tattoo artist is somebody that you're like in close physical proximity to for an extended period of time due to the nature of the artwork getting done. Ooh, you're dangerous. You're in a dangerous situation, dude. Okay. And Myth Nerd is saying, you told someone about this, but they said, I don't think it is since the women of Viltrum are like that too. Oh, that person doesn't know it yet that they're dumb. I don't know if that's harsh to say, but you were talking to somebody who is dumb. But just because a woman like is a character doesn't mean she can't be a metaphor for toxic masculinity. The show could still be about that, even if women Viltrumites are like that. Because it's about the symbolism, you know. And then Alice is saying, I think it's about fighting fascist mindset. And you know what? That's a good reading too, I think so. Yeah. So I guess I wouldn't say that Mark rejecting toxic masculinity is the only interpretation of his fight against his father's ideals and the Empire and all that. It's not the only interpretation, but you can definitely look in there and see it. Okay, you typo, do not English. Okay, and then we got some and then Pumbafo was saying, you made sure you smelled really good and pulled out your best scents for your beard shampoo and balm and cologne and deodorant, but you dropped your phone and got up to pick it up and took a shit break, and when when you came back she had lipstick on, which she didn't have before you left to the bathroom. Okay. Well, do you need somebody to be cynical and say, well, it could mean anything, or do you want somebody to be like, this is the sign, dude. You have to tell her you're leaving the country for a week. So there's like no pressure to respond, but also give your number. You're saying the story goes on. Okay. And then you're saying you forgot all of invisible law. You forgot all of it. Couldn't mean anything. Because we have cynicism, if you want it, Annie. But we have encouragement also, if that's what you were down for. Dudes. Oh my god. When I was at the festival, I was like all artistic and all of that. I gotta find a poster. And then Myth Nerd is saying, spoiler, you know what Anissa does to Mark later in the comic, right? Yes, Myth Nerd, and then for some reason one time, I guess maybe when the last Invincible season was on, or we were just talking about it or thinking about it, my hair was a little bit longer and I kept kind of styling it like that. Secretary Williams for a second compared me to Anissa, and I was like, please don't ever do that. Please don't even joke about that. Not just because of the haircut. You're saying you're not consenting, please. Wait. Okay, not consenting to the spoilers, but I wasn't saying any of the spoilers, just saying that I know what it is. So, Myth Nerd, don't spoil it for anyone else in the chat. And then Pumafo was telling us, so she started telling me about her partner, and I was playing it cool because I'm just like there for a tattoo, you know, keeping it professional, talking between English and Spanish. Okay, partner. So, partner in a door closed kind of way? You're saying you've never seen Invincible? Who is Anissa? Okay, well, it would be messed up to to say this after saying never compare me to her, but so imagine my haircut from a few months ago on an extremely muscular murder woman, and then you're saying you only remember the triple like haircut. Oh my gosh. Okay, where can I find the most recent picture of that haircut? Eh. I guess it's I think of this picture as being kind of like that. Good lord, my hair is greasy today. Well, that's what I get when I don't bathe. Look, ooh, like this. Yeah, sort of like that, but like more. And then you're saying, oh wait, is she who I think she is? Probably. Yeah. Oh no, she is. Did you just look up who is Anissa? Or it just all came flooding back? We know at that rate I could have looked up an actual picture of Anissa. You're saying, unfortunately, you know. Oh. Yeah. There's so much stuff that happens in the Invincible comics that I have no idea how it's gonna be handled, but I keep seeing all of the fans talk about all of the spoilers non-stop, so that's how it is, how it goes. Oh, I was not intending to use the color picker. No, not intentionally. Okay, there we go. Balance that out a little. And then imbalance that up a little. Because this is bonkers superhero proportions we're dealing with. Bonkers. And then, Pumbaa continuing the story. Well, you're saying, so her coworker walks in and is unaware I know Spanish while we were wrapping up and saying byes, and it was nice to see each other again, and her coworker says in Spanish. Dude, wait a second. And they are Spanish speakers. Sorry, I'm pulling up the picture of you again because I want to say you just you look like you speak a Spanish. Okay, where am I? Where am I? I have a lot of screenshots and now my train of thought is lost. I forgot entirely what I was saying. I have too many screenshots these past couple of months. I should no, I shouldn't go there. You're saying you're gatekeeping the selfies from us. I have a bazillion selfies. That's why I showed them all at a compilation video. and then we get a little bit of this. Then you're saying, who's hotter, Nolan meme or our Aphrodite? I don't know how much I'm into exaggerated features, honestly. And then you're saying, so wait, okay, the coworker was teasing, being like, Leslie, you don't know what's up with that, and she started blushing and got really embarrassed, but I told her I was here again sometime for your next tattoo when you graduate football school. Okay, speaking fluent Spanish. Okay, wait, that's funny. You don't know what's up with that. Like, kind of excuse you, what's happening with you? Report, why you turned on? Okay. Oh, okay. That's I always wanted to get a close enough friendship with somebody where I can be like tease nonstop or something. Okay. Am I Is this lighting good? Dude. Dude, the haircut is making me look like a little peasant. Like a pitiful little Victorian peasant or something like that. Oh. Well, I guess it could always get worse. Nolan doesn't have the cake, but Mark definitely does. Whose jeans is it anyway? Do I let the forehead out? I don't know if that makes me happy either. Because, okay. There's better styling options. You're saying Nolan has pancakes. That's a very polite way to tell somebody that they have a flat ass. Or maybe not polite, but creative. Alright, you're saying, I guess she isn't always as friendly with male clients based on that comment from coworker, but I fantasized about our life together for the next 2 days and then moved on. So this maybe isn't for the giving a harmless number sort of a face. I mean giving out your phone number, or as a customer, does she like already have contact information? But I don't know. Okay, we're wondering about Canon, Debbie, Fan, and Nolan. You know what you have to do. Boom and fro, cheering for you. And well, that's fun to consider. Fun to consider indeed. Gosh. I keep being weird about stuff. And then you're saying you Zelled her phone number, so she has my info, but she is a man. I'm not a homewrecker anymore. Okay. Okay. I'm too quick on the draw to be like, ask if they're polyamorous, because it's not common. And then even if it was common, it can be complicated, you know? Okay. There's TAS saying, why will make a man so cheeked up on the thumbnail? Not just the thumbnail, TAS. Saying, you practice celibacy until you achieve your goals locked in. Wow. But the fantasy about a life together for 2 days, it's got you. It has got you. Okay. Anyway, you're saying go get a tattoo weekly. Oh lord. Treat those as dates. And by the 15th or 16th date you have her, bro. Could take some more dates depending on 15 or 16. Oh my god. The entire mood. Okay. Get a little bit more of the paintbrush and fill out what we will see. A surface to draw upon. Slightly smaller head. Slightly larger shoulders, I think. You're asking if I've seen gender bent art of Mark and Nolan. I think at least Mark. And then Nolan is easy to confuse with a role swap between him and Debbie. I don't know. You're saying, is it hot? Ask the important questions. Is it hot though? Okay, I move the arms in a little bit because I think maybe that's proportions. You know, in all of the time that I've spent complaining about not knowing proportions, I definitely could have learned proportions. Gosh. with, I've been trying to make friends one-on-one in addition to constantly putting myself through unnecessary emotional turmoil via dating apps. I have been trying to um, make friends more, and I've had like several one-on-one friend hangouts now, and that's been interesting. But what's even more interesting from that is seeing that the phenomena of a person that hangs out with you but doesn't ask you any questions about yourself really is not restricted to dates. It can also happen platonically all the time. And then Pumafo saying, I don't know, man, there was a moment because I was laying down on my back while she tattooed my arm, and I looked over and we locked eyes and she smiled. It was all slow motion and movie-like and sweet. Dude. Here I am listening to like the start of your story and asking if you need some cynicism. You do not need cynicism. You do not. I don't know if I've ever had a moment like that that only gave me butterflies without some kind of immediate or prolonged anxiety over analyzing the situation. I mean, okay, I have had movie like moments sometimes, but I guess never randomly. Not randomly. You're saying you can't be hotter than you. You're 480 degrees. Whoa, we could bake something at those temperatures. And you're like, am I hallucinating? Okay. Movie like moments. And you're saying easy to confuse. Nolan's white and Debbie's Korean. Yeah. And people don't always draw the gender swaps so that the art styles convey it. Yeah. Some people's art styles don't differentiate between the two. So I talk about the fan arts. That's how it is. You're saying art is just constantly trying to remember what a human looks like. Very true. You're saying it's been a long time since you felt butterflies. Okay. It's definitely very silly to send any kinds of encouragement when the situation is what it is. But nevertheless, sometimes I'm guilty of getting a little silly. Sometimes, occasionally, you can catch me getting a little silly. Is he a giant? Let's make that a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's perfectly good. And then TAS asking Myth Nerd about the world. Ooh, is that like from a previous conversation? You study lepidopterology and you feel butterflies all the time. Aren't they a bit delicate? Cut that out. Okay. The rabbit. The bunny rabbit amazing digital circus. Jax. Very fun to draw. I don't know if I have ever drawn Jax in my life. But I know fun when I see it. And then you're saying, everyone give me their cartoon hear me outs. I'll go first. Vox. Well, it's not that strong of a hear me out. Personality wise, more of a hear me out. Hordak from She-Ra. Personality wise, that's a rough one, you know. That is a rough one. I pulled that one up too fast, didn't I? Alright, you're saying you'd be remembering things low key, you lied with your studies and BRB. You're saying life is just fleeting moments of silly and lasting moments of it be like that. No! Dude, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I'm down to experience it be like that right now. The stream was late today because I've told somebody something terrible. And in my opinion, unforgivable. So when the other person does make some kind of action that looks like maybe similar to a forgiving it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, you're saying the Barbie closet from Life in the Dream House for your hear me out? For your hear me out, and also the villain from Zootopia 2. I want to watch Zootopia 2. What? What? I'm always trying to bring up some serious shit in the middle of us trying to smash the Barbie closet from Life in the Dream House. Was I supposed to say at some point in this we listen and we don't judge? I have failed at all of these things. Where am I? Here I am saying some unforgivable bullshit. Okay, what? What? Okay, Bonk, go to Hardy jail. No, no, it's an enclosure, much like a closet. Oh, somebody said SpongeBob so many holes. Yeah, I see that sometimes. I think that's a post I would have seen on Tumblr. Yeah. They get a little freaky sometimes. You're saying SpongeBob's asexual. I see. So even in the hear me outs. I think of hear me out as a very one-sided, one-directional, not return kind of thing. Just sort of imagine the concept. But yeah. Hey, you can never get too respectful. Why not? It's good to keep on trying to be respectful. Okay. So, the booty cheeks continue. What is the believable surface area for them cheeks? And how much of that was audible just now? Colby, watch a movie. Okay. You're saying SpongeBob is married to his job, and then you got curious and stalked the Reddit and discovered the location, and then got scared and deleted your Reddit and reported yourself to the CIA. Dang. I forgot if it was still up or not. But, I don't know, the last couple of people that I've been concerned about on the YouTube channel, did not bother to stalk the Reddit, I think. It's probably still up, huh? I don't know, I thought I deleted a couple of things. You're saying, isn't he married to that star? Patrick and SpongeBob forever. You're saying, married to his job. I thought that was Perry the Platypus. Okay, not to be nuts, not to be balls, not to be testicles and crazy. What, Patrick is his side hoe? Okay, I can say anything. You guys are just saying stuff like that all the time. Patrick is his side hoe. No! Wait, what? And then Pumafo is swearing on secrecy and the grave. Oh my gosh. Cheeto loves Doritos, saying I'm back. I keep reading the display name and just instead of just being like silly guy. And then, doesn't he canonically have a crush on Sandy? The Patrick? You found out my location in the streams. It did actually appear in this stream also. I'm not doing a very good job hiding it. I'm just being like, guys, just don't come over to my house unannounced. And even with an announcement, there's gonna be some caveats. Saying Pumafo told you. Oh, okay, betraying the trust, stabbing each other in the back. I was about to ask you all what you thought about Perry the Platypus being shipped with Heinz Doofenshmirtz. I know sometimes they have a romantic connotation just for the comedic effect of it when people thought nothing of it. But what if you did think something of it for a second? Not even in a gross way or nothing. Okay. There's Mao saying you should totally draw a female version of Upchuck from Ben 10. You just say stuff to me. What does that mean? Upchuck Ben 10. Woo. Just round and green? Round and green? I'm concerned about the... Okay, I guess the power set is like that. You're saying aren't platypuses venomous? But with the power of science, you can overcome anything. And Doofenshmirtz, I think canonically has a pretty good past relationship. I don't know. Could somebody do like a breakdown of how bad or good Doofenshmirtz is in relationships? Okay. You're saying he sent me many messages telling me you can home invade, but I can't. Please just give some notice before we home invasion. Please. I know if you give a warning, then it's not home invasion, it's just visiting. But I'm saying this because I prefer the visiting. Big hint. Alright. You're saying you think it's a cute enemies to lovers is a classic. We are considering this in a quirked up kind of way. Okay. Platypus, venomous, lay eggs, sweat milk. And you're saying, I have to tell you, Charlotte, based on my last line of questioning, you do have indeed a large amount of meth addicts in your area. Not just Blackpink in my area. Alright. Large? I've never looked up the stats. But, I guess recently my friend who is licensed to pick at people's brains and stuff said that healthcare wise, mental health, our state doesn't really have mental health. So the less mental health we have, the more meth we have, you know? Okay. So you're saying milk sweats, you've had those before. You can have that. And you're saying I can't break into your house in a surprise visit. I'm not going then. Can I go into your house then? You're saying it's just a stereotype for them standy states like crack is for an inner city. Oh, I'm in the meth stereotype state. Interesting. Damn it. Oh, this circus is getting amazingly digital. They should, you know what? I hope that this specific image of Omni-Man throwing it back, I hope that that's in the Amazing Digital Circus finale. You're saying do hugs not drugs. Has anyone seen Chi Oni-chan's to Uncle Perry AU art where he's human and Lawrence's adopted brother? That's fun. Just an uncle living with the family. You love to see it. Is it hot? Wow, always asking the essential questions. I feel like there's quite the line of questioning in here. Okay. Do I have art skills? I ask myself this sometimes. Let's widen Omni-Man immensely. Widen that man. Widen. Does this look like anything yet? What kind of reference images am I looking for? Muscle, arms behind head. Yeah, like that. And then you're saying you sure hope Ragatha and Jax have a 20-minute makeout sess. Oh my gosh. Dude, okay, there's a lot of grounds, or at least there's enough grounds for maybe all of the ships in the Amazing Digital Circus. There's enough grounds for all of them, but even though there's enough material for Ragatha and Jax for shippers to eat it up or something, I feel like that's the least requested 20-minute make-out session I've seen. Everyone wants Gangle and Zooble. Okay, you're saying, my house is open to receive visitors, $20 in the night, no breakfast served. Oh, okay, but we're good for lunch and dinner. I can read between the lines. And you're saying, speaking of crack, your local childhood friend is finally out of prison. Great way to start a sentence. Has been spent a lot of time in there playing chess, and it took him to a nice yuppie cafe and played chess. It was very wholesome. That is very lovely. Everyone should be able to, go to the chess cafe with your buddy. And then you're saying, check out the Uncle Perry AU. It's really good. Okay. And it inspired you to become a popo. You want to start a community program where former inmates teach little badass kids how to play chess. I mean, I think you should get the ball rolling now. I imagine maybe you'll have even less time as a full-fledged police. I don't know. Well, I guess once the training is over and you're like not new to the job, could happen, but I don't know. It doesn't hurt to start researching it. These are some great poses and pictures, but I am looking for the view from the back. And then you're saying your house is open for visitors. They just have to cook and clean for me. Leave when I ask. Not spend the night and walk your dog. Okay. Okay. Leave when you ask, you say. If they don't spend the night, do they perhaps purchase the night? Opposite things. Do you think it's true when they say women's prison is less bad from the men's? I know you've hopefully never been, but I'm just saying a thought. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard that. I think they're both pretty bad, but I guess I haven't researched it particularly. We want the back view. That's the exact pose I was looking for. Wow, nice. You're saying you think women are less violent than male prisoners. In male prisons, there's a hierarchy, and you have to fight and stand up for yourself. Wow. I wonder if there's ever been a prison without a hierarchy. Maybe one of those fancy Nordic ones where they're rehabilitating people. Okay, there's the shoulders and such. You're saying, how true is that, or is it just media drama? Well, Popo is actually like studying comparative rates of violence here and there, right? Make the arm thicker, this arm thicker than a Snickers. And all this time I'm just doing the outline. If you went to prison, would you be scared? Naturally occurring like bullying in school. It's tough to tell since due to being homeschooled I wasn't bullied, but I got my other issues. You're asking me if I went to prison, how scared would you be? I mean, I would be hopeful that I would get a lot of time to read without screens and stuff, and read a lot of books, and maybe I could get smart or something. I don't know. But I do like resting and lying down, and I don't know. I guess prison isn't known for its opportunities to rest and lie down in a nice way. You're saying, actually, I don't charge. Please come here, guys. I'm so lonely we can play chess and cards. Please, I will cook for you. Whoa, what will you cook? And when will you wear wigs? You're saying, you're asking if there will be a Monday stream this week. No Monday stream, I think. Well, unless I succeed at the 10-minute thing. But last time I did not succeed, so I don't know. Okay, you're saying in one prison they gave the inmates cats and it made the prisoners calmer. That is nice. Were the cats calm also? An important question. You're saying, but that's the thing, you don't fear violence, do you? I suppose. I don't know. I guess I hear horror stories about prison, and then sometimes a success story cracks the news. You can cook egg. You're saying, thank you for informing so I don't get my hopes up and cry. That's the schedule for now. I'm trying to do just the Fridays. Well, it is Saturday right now, very much so. But, how it is. It's odd to think about because in my head it's 100% possible to do the 10-minute streams. It would just be at a weird time. It would just be at a very weird time. But I guess this is a weird time already. Okay. This is a pretty good silhouette, all things considered. Throwing it back. Omni-Man attack. You can cook egg. Egg is one of my favorite foods. Please cook egg. Okay, I guess more or less. So what you're saying is you're free for a Monday FaceTime call. I can boot up live streaming as soon as I wake up. I know this from the time logs where I log my time and I was just scrolling on my phone doing whatever. I certainly have the 10 minutes on the phone. Wibbly wobbly time. Yeah, such as that. Such as that. What's the lighting doing to me? Good lord, I'm a pale little gremlin. Do we have a hat? Oh, the hat has us as well. I forgot that the sign was there already. Okay. I am going to make something emerge from this. It's been ages since I completed a satisfying drawing. On this stream, or any of the streams ever. Distracted as hell, then there's so much footage of me being distracted as hell forever and ever and ever. You're asking if I've ever seen Scary Movie. Is it for free on YouTube, actually? Is it for free on YouTube? Scary Movie. It's for purchase on Paramount Plus. Okay. But they are making more of it, huh? With the little Asian ghost boy. Speak my language. Scary Movie Ghost. What? So that is Ghostface? I I've seen the mascot around all of the time. I think it comes up very naturally. You're saying you can take your time. Streams aren't necessary. We love them parasocially, but if you need time for yourself, please use it for yourself. I don't know. I looked at the logistics, and the 10-minute one is very possible. I just didn't focus that hard. And also, the Hoppers one was so nice that it made me want to have like a topic for every single stream. But I don't know if I have a topic that often. I mean, I could plan them in advance. It would be cool to do a review for a bunch of things. It could be anything. Could be that webcomic about cat girls. Stop being so healthy. Ooh. And you're saying, what horror stories have you heard about women's prison? I heard one about a predator getting a hot curling iron shoved up somewhere. Oh my god. That's a horror story indeed. I don't think I can even rolling on the floor laughing. Okay. Oh, you're saying you're laughing because you're not feeling bad for a predator. Important part of the sentence. Important part of the sentence. Okay. So what else am I looking at? Okay. Let's make some motions or something. There we go. And then you're saying, like, I once heard about a male predator getting his leg cut off. It's a classic story. You ever hear that story of the, what's it called? Dude in, like, a village somewhere. Then he was released from jail. Then he started assaulting everybody. And then it was so ridiculous that all the townsfolk came together and pelted him with rocks till he died. Wow. Classic story. The face is visible from the back. Dude. Classic. Alright, you're saying some tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Predator, lose peen. And that's a parody of Beauty and the Beast, if you didn't know. And now you know. Okay. So here we go. Like this. A little bit more opacity. Propofo is sending me images. It is the buddies at the prison versus at the cafe. Oh my gosh. Did you know that, well, I almost said prison, but I meant, chess. You know, chess got really popular with, young people. So, if your buddy ever goes on, like, online chess, gonna discover an entire world of it. And then, here's saying, you sent a picture of your friend playing chess in jail versus today. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. And oh, for a second I thought that was enjoying a fresh avocado toast, but that's something else. She was saying, with young people, just say you're 70 years old, Jeez. House. But also the trend was like a couple years ago as well. And then Miss Nerd saying, speaking of, do you think it's okay to divorce a female rapist who's pregnant with her abuser's child? If he can prove it, to get an abortion, if the victim wants it, I mean, I kind of think of it, I tend to think of it in terms of the usage of the body. Pregnancy is a entire Okay, thanks for clarifying. Pregnancy is an entire process. The the fetus has to use like your blood and your nutrients and all of that. And I don't know, somebody using your blood and also making you piss and stuff. If anybody um like made another person do that for months at a time, like there's not really scenarios where it would be. Are you drawing the pecs on the wait? Wait, I swear the back doesn't have abs. I'm looking at the back doesn't have nipples. I'm looking at a picture. I found the exact picture of what the back muscles look like, and you putting his nip nops on his back? Come on. This is okay. You're saying it was a tinga tostada, which is chicken in tomato sauce with avocado on top. Thank you. Identification makes me want to find some. Oh, okay. That sounds lovely. You're saying if a man can't create one, has the right to tell a woman when and where to create one, and you're quoting Tupac right now, right here, right now. We're being drawn. It's been a while since we really got in here with the collaborative drawings. They're not buying Wonder Bread, are they? Oh, I love them though. My gosh. Yeah, I can't possibly eat enough of the art style. Alright. Well, you can't say you think a male victim is the same as a female victim and give something to one and not the other. No, I don't think they're the same. Yeah. At the very least, the male victim shouldn't have to pay any child support, like hard stop, and should not have to ever see the child or the abuser, ever. No. Um, yeah. But, it's pretty good whenever we can in society. It's pretty good not to force people to have a medical procedure. Um, it's it's hard to go wrong with that one. Not forcing people to have a medical procedure. If it can be enforced in the judicial system, it can also be falsified or mistargeted or levied against somebody who does not want it. Because, the justice system is not 100% perfect. So, the best solution is what I have said. You're saying I don't think you can claim to care about the male victims, and say you don't think you can have the same right, as downplaying their experiences, which is constantly told is not the same and women have it worse, and downplaying and creating a hierarchy. Yeah, just in terms of living life, I think that, what is it called? I think that not paying child support and not ever having to see the woman or the child ever again, that is something that creates a good chance at peace for the victim. And I think that's the best solution if you were asking in good faith. Okay, I think that okay, we have to save a version of this with the nipples, right? We have to save a version of this with the nipples. I do want to keep drawing this, talking about bread. We can get this bread. Okay. You're saying when you say it's not the same, it's... Find the clip if you like. I don't know. It's less important to me. It's not important to me that it be exactly the same and that treatment should be exactly the same. They will have a different experience, period. And that will be accounted for. Let's copy this over. A smaller one. God. This is cursed, you know? This is cursed. Constantly. Because here you go, for some reason, bringing up some kind of horrifying conversation. And then here I go, copying a smaller version of Omni-Man, absolutely throwing it back in the bread aisle because he got that bakery in the middle of the entire conversation. And you're asking me if I think a man being by a woman is less bad than a woman being assaulted by a man. No. But what they do afterward will be experienced differently, and so it is, is the right word equitable? Define equitable. Yeah. Okay. It is equitable to treat the aftermath differently. Yeah. You're saying that sorry if you crossed the line, you brought it up in the first place. You're a goofy goober, you know that? Doing all this stuff. Williams, do you mind if you move the nipples to the smaller one? In the middle of all this. Can you move the nipples to the smaller one? I hope I made my position clear in all of that. Because, like, I'm explaining it, but the way that your questions were phrased, I don't know if it came through. You're saying it's definitely the same sort of horrific act, but the consequences can be different based off what happens. What's happening, you know? And then we're talking about being a goofy hacker because I was excited to draw the back muscles up in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, my dear. Sending me some messages to read after the stream, but I have my phone open the entire time, so stuff is just popping up on my phone. The nipples are moved. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Thanks for taking my day from emotionally kind of harrowing to emotionally weird. This is emotionally very weird. You're saying it just does not seem right. The female victim gets to stop the product of their assault from existing, and the male one doesn't. You make it, you stop it, I don't know. Probably nothing about it should be summed up in some kind of catchphrase or anything like that. And then Pumbaa is sending me a picture of his niece biting a donut. This is so cute. This is very cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Williams, are you coming in there striking some stuff out? Oh, I got to read it as well. You're saying it feels like it's implying it's less bad, then do not interpret any implication of your own. Take what I am saying at face value. It is not less bad. If I were to ask what you were implying, I would say that your interpretation implies that pregnancy is nothing, and that an abortion is also nothing, that it is not, a harrowing sort of violation of bodily autonomy for someone else to get involved in making your medical procedures and, I don't know, cutting stuff out of you. Yeah. I mean, we currently, as a nation, we don't, harvest organs from prisoners. I consider abortion to be, equal and comparable to harvesting organs. And that's where my thing comes from. And then we got the stoppages attempting to stop. Yeah, I was a little bit out of sync with the chat. You're saying you wonder what it would be like to be a cat. A valiant attempt at changing the topic. Time for a different topic. You timed him out for 10 seconds. Didn't know that would delete all the messages. Holy heck, it was a slap on the wrist, not a punch on the guts, my god. You're saying cats don't have any heavy thoughts, just sun naps. And if you've had a sun nap, it's been pretty good. You're saying women are so fucking cool, dude. They create other humans. They're literally a portal from the spirit world. Dude, one time I read a book where a goat had like a dead goat had its mouth open, and then some fairies walked out and did whatever it is that fairies do. And that sucked bad. But that's also an example of a portal to another world, which is what I thought about when you said that. I actually don't like to think about that book that much, so I don't know why I'm the first to bring it up. Talking about 3D printers. Yeah. Misa 3D printer. Oh my gosh. This is literally the cutest baby. I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, I still have the picture of Bumbaphone niece up on my phone. Oh, I'm emotional. Okay, you're saying you love women and you hate that the world pins the genders against each other. Unless it's consensual. If you're consensually pinned against each other, then what have we got? Oh, okay. So, I have zoomed in here with the back muscles. I really wanted to have some back muscles going. Okay, here is where the booty is. And here is where this is. Here is where all of it is. And we need a thinner line because I'm going to try to be so serious about forming some lines. Okay, and then we got some E, indeed. And then we got some, okay, do I have enough of the shapes? Do I have enough of the shapes? I probably don't know how to interpret this. You sent more pics of you and your niece. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's my classmate's name also. Dude. This is literally the most cutie patootie. This is literally such a cutie patootie. Oh my gosh. Okay. We had a... I was almost gonna read the message, but you're faster this time, and I'm distracted by a little baby. Oh, you got me. Didn't see you this time. Alright, so you're saying, just be all genders, join the Flesh Society. Every day I consider it, not for very long, for actually a little bit shorter of a time each time. Oh my god, you are so cute. Okay, I switched the pictures. To look at a very dehydrated bodybuilder instead of a chubby baby face. Oh my gosh, why do I choose these things for art's sake when I could be choosing to draw a chubby baby face? There's many fandoms with a chubby baby. Spy Family. Avatar The Last Airbenders. You're asking how can I support cutting a male abuser's thing off? I don't. I don't. It happens sometimes, and it's a very dramatic story. And if somebody tells me a very dramatic story, I will be like, whoa. But should it be an actual law? No. You couldn't delete it fast enough, Williams. I got it that time. Check me out, my reading speed. You're saying, you know, a chubby baby, Lancer Deltarune? Okay. I'm thinking about it now, the possibilities. Okay. I need to find more pictures of a chubby baby. You're saying we suffer for our art, draw a cat in a Pringles can? Yes. Y'all killing the vibe, whimsical vibes. Oh my. I mean, I do straight up have beliefs. I don't know how often I should share them, but straight up I'm a person and I do have them, and sometimes I'm going to share them. I do love the whimsy as well, and God knows I need some whimsy today after the horrifying mess I've made. But you're saying, you know what we should talk about? Bunny Doll, Jackson Ragatha, aren't they the cutest thing? Okay, wait, what's your favorite Bunny Doll sort of take on the ship? What fan work absolutely sells it for ya? Absolutely makes you go, this is it. Hey, you're bringing me a cat in a Pringles can. That's some good stuff. Alright. I did very much. You know what? And then this is a supermarket with the empty shelves. You know what we can put on those shelves? Not just the cake, but some chips. Alright, there you go. Okay, yeah, what I've seen an animatic of Jax and Ragatha, but it didn't make me say, aren't they the cutest thing? What it made me say specifically was, I see it. I do see it. It was, did you see the animatic that was like, me and my husband were sticking together with the Mitski song, like that? You're saying, listen, okay, I can interpret them in many ways. You love bunny doll fluff. What are you sending? Who is this? Alice in Quirkland. You wanted to send your nephew to the entire stream. Here I was in the direct messages. Yeah, we can send a. He does have the vibes of a 60-year-old. Alice, I'm so sorry, your name isn't familiar to me. Did you stop by for like a couple of seconds in another stream, or is this your first stream and you're just absolutely killing it? And this is brilliant. This is excellent. Okay, so we're talking about Bunny Doll. You're saying, okay, I can interpret them in many ways. You love some Bunny Doll fluff when they're just being cute together, but you're absolutely feral for when people point out the similarities in their contrasting personalities and how complex their relationships would be, and something people can talk better than I have. Okay, but the preamble to that was excellent. And then you did see the animatic. Okay, so you said the nephew, good answer, nephew. That's a sturdy nephew. It really is your first stream. I mean, okay, I know I haven't gotten through that much of Omni-Man in the hour and 40 minutes we've been here as we make our way through prison prison debate and the balls and the dolls, balls and dolls. Yeah. But hi. welcome to the first stream. We've hit a legendary kind of vibe tonight, if I may say. Sometimes we hit this exact vibe Usually it's a mix of vibes that don't come out to this exact thing. But, hi, welcome. Oh my gosh. If I was talking about, Invincible, I'd be like, yeah, what's in the thumbnail is true. I was one of the lucky 1,000 or however many people, one of the lucky people who literally decided to eat some spaghetti while watching the latest Invincible episode. Um, and like, if I had been thinking about the contents of the show Invincible and how a lot of the time I cover my eyes when there's gore, um, if I had been thinking about that, then I wouldn't have chosen spaghetti. But I was in a hurry, so I was not thinking about that, and I was hungry. And then the next thing I know, 2 minute disembowelment scene. Oh my god, it's it's so long. It's so long. How do the animators survive that? How does Mark survive that? Yeah. Okay, you're saying what happened? You wasn't here. You was organizing your balls. It's Allison Quirkland's first stream. Oh, absolutely acing this. All right. Let's look at the picture some more. You're saying this is a picture from my friend's daughter's first birthday. He threw his baby at me and left. Well, they were supposed to take pictures together. My high school friends and their daughters also. Okay. Okay. The cutie patootie everywhere. Oh my gosh. All of the little baby's cheeks are so round. Oh my god. Oh my god, how it is. Okay. Oh, there's yeah. Oh, I don't think you necessarily crossed a line, myth nerd, because to some extent, I like people knowing what I believe. The only thing I like better than people knowing what I believe is understanding and agreeing with it. I don't know if we achieved either of those. That's alright. Because the only thing I like more than that right now is having a sense of whimsy. Whimsy is not randomly assigned. It is cultivated. Every time we try to draw a cat in a Pringles can. You do know how to mind control me with a cat in a Pringles can. Ah, you're alright. You're alright. I just need a little bit more whimsy right now, I guess. Pictures of babies. I'm looking at pictures of babies. All is right in the world. You're saying you're showing pics off your phone like a boomer back from vacation. Oh my gosh. For a second I thought the autism creature was joining us on the shelf. That's some good times. Alright, get some of that. Saying long live whimsy. Oh, may whimsy be more resilient than Mark Grayson Invincible. Because damn. Because damn, dude. Viva la whimsy indeed. Alright, let's get some, this. A little meow meow in the can. Yeah, partway through this stream, I was like, maybe I should react to something instead, but I don't know. My mom is downstairs, like, watching Avatar, the latest Avatar movie without me. I thought we were gonna watch it as a family, but I guess the spontaneity of the moment hit. Not a family is a little bit smaller for now. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, even though I started my sentence like that. I'm glad that we did not see it in theaters and waited to watch it at home, because it was kind of as good as IMAX promises to be, and as much as I do remember looking at the last Avatar movie, The Way of Water, looking up at the screen, looking up at the effects, and being like, I'm experiencing this in IMAX. I don't know. The times when Avatar came out, I was like busy enough when the Fire one was in theaters. I was having a busy enough like day and week in life that I was like, I don't know if I can get in there. I would have seen it if it had had an intermission, maybe even a slightly uncomfortably long intermission. If it had an uncomfortably long intermission, like 30 minutes isn't the most comfortable for an intermission, but that's like the length of a snack, and also the bathroom break, and you need that. You can't just be raw dog in Avatar. That's nuts. Okay, you're talking about Bunny, like Bunny doll. You're asking how much react time do you have? You have Whimsy, tailored Whimsy. Okay, well if it's tailored, not that much unlike Swift. I don't know. I wanted to do word association, but I got sadder the moment I said it. All right. Yeah. Let's see some Whimsy then. What's happening? What's good in the neighborhood? Okay. This goes like this. This goes like this. We can get some dark parts on the ears. I got a Polaroid of a group picture with all of my new friends and also some dude from Hinge that my best friend brought along yesterday. And I say brought along, but he was specifically invited to a double date, but he was also just kind of there. Hope he had a good time. The dating scene is rough, but also don't know if he vibed as hard with the group that he was invited to. He was invited to a double date with like 5 other people there, which is an insane situation to be in. And then he parked 1 mile away from the event, and then he walked and we waited for him to be there. 5 people waiting for a single man on a first date. Okay, what are we doing? Wait, you prefer to throw it back again? No, I was good for this tailored Whimsy, but then I started just like talking about what happened last night. Thanks for throwing it back again, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, we're having a little cat. 200% off. What did that mean? What did that mean? Saying let's show up. Okay. Here's some little okay. Here's some big eyes. Yeah, you can kind of tell that's a little meow meow. You can kind of tell that's a little snookums. A little cutie patootie little cat with a pink nose and everything like that. You're saying it sounds like a Lin-Manuel Miranda song. Dude. I don't know. The entire time I was trying to think, what would I do in this situation? I honestly don't know if I would be comfortable enough to end up in the situation that I helped put another person into. But I mean, yeah, I hope it was fun anyway. He seemed okay. He didn't leave early. Posed for the pictures. Oh, okay. Girl, what happened in that profile picture to produce so much forehead? The truly marvelous artisanal things are happening. Alright. How much of the Pringles can do I want? Okay. So a Pringles can is basically like this. We get some splotches of the light parts and the dark parts and all of that. I am invited to Minecraft. Honestly, earlier than this, but if it's still happening after this, then hopefully I will go in the Minecraft. Dude, guys, I completely botched my bangs. Funny pet escape. Okay. Don't show me any of those artificial intelligences. Please show me, animals. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit better, I think. You're saying you went into normie YouTube. These are the things they watch, apparently. And look, I'm going to enjoy some of them sometimes, too. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Maybe I don't like how a horse moves. Let's investigate this a little. Wow. The other horse looks surprised, like, whoa, you can do that? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see the gap at first, and I thought that was a spaghetti dog. Okay. Looking at this. Oh. Well, okay. Well, the bunny one was just kind of logical. Dude, it's literally so little and floppy. Okay, that's a dexterous horse, and it knows how to open doors like from Jurassic Park. Wow. But I I know it's not what it means necessarily, but the dog smiled about that. Just sort of, okay. Oh. I think. Sheesh. This is. It is too cute. You're saying you don't like horses. Thought I was your favorite chat member. Every time I don't like something, you reveal that it's something about you. And in other circumstances, this would be a simply incredible roast or something. I don't know. Saying fun fact: horses can't burp. Do they just jiggle it up out of the system via running? That's my impression of a horse running, I guess. They can't burp. They jiggle it. Okay. The air escapes. You're saying fun fact: horses also. What else could I find out about horses that could top this? Can't get an office job. Yeah. So I've heard. When will we get some equality up in here? Okay. Let's have some yellow text, maybe. Just like that. Some other yellow text, very blurry. And the cat belongs in there. Oh. Dude, okay, wait, for a second, I thought maybe the stick figure was supposed to represent the commissioner, fetishist, whoever, but, that's being played by Jax for the lols, because someone knows the confidence. Okay, you're saying they string them up, to help them release the gas, because they have a one-way digestive system, and then a horse gets very gassy, and they have to, like, see it, from a different angle. Horses can get an office job though. But how many of them have you seen in a job interview? Okay, making us a real chicken or the egg situation. Oh, dude. Oh my god, Pumbaa for sending me your most effective hinge pick. This is in the same thread as a lot of baby pictures, so I think I'm already primed to say that what a cutie patootie. I think I'm already primed to say what a cutie patootie. Okay. That's what's happening. Maybe I should put some shadows on this if I don't think that I can. If I don't think that I can do this line art thing that I wanted to do, I never get to the line art portion. I've done so many of these streams, get so distracted talking that scarcely anything happens, and then here's just all of these unfinished silhouettes. Maybe I should go back through all of the canvases and stuff and make some kind of massive pile of unfinished art. That could be really interesting. Okay. So there we have another sign for this. You're saying the egg came first because dinosaurs had eggs and they came before chickens. Okay. Okay. I can be convinced over to this. Not to say that I was holding a very strong position any other way. Okay. So here is some kind of a diamond shape. And then here is this. And then here is this. And then the back muscle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. The back muscle goes like that. And also like this with some kind of a thing happening. Alright, I do like the lion bigness. And then you're saying you'll send your nephew horse? Okay, guys, I've done large dose psychedelic trips, and you have to say post-ego dissolution, God is real AF. Have you done it now? Wait, what part is this related to? Maybe the horse? Maybe something like that? Okay. Yeah, what part is it? Or did you have the sentence I have to say in there because you genuinely were totally compelled to say it and just kind of had to? Saying the egg and the dinosaur. Oh, there's a dinosaur in your psychedelic trips? Does it belong there? Fascinating. Why are you showing me? The baby is a little lumpy. Don't know about that. Did they make it more lumpy for the picture? Concerning, if that's the case. Okay. We get some striations like this. Okay, I don't really think that helps. Don't add the striations. First off, add the larger shapes. Egg of the dinosaur. You're saying Williams is funny? What you talking about? Okay. Okay, let's make a large shape like this. One day. One day. One day Omni-Man will throw it back. But for now, the stream is coming up on 2 hours. And I genuinely hope that the cousins who invited me out to play Minecraft have got a bit more time on the Minecraft. Don't know if they're working tomorrow or if it's fully a weekend. I hope I have enough time to get my Minecraft account fully set up and whatnot. I haven't done that on the computer that supports gaming, not this one. Yeah. And then there's, you're saying whatever you do, don't take 8 tabs of LSD. So for a beginner, would you recommend maybe 7? Maybe 7 of them? And Myth Nerd is saying, I need a therapist. I have a problem letting things go. Fortunately, I think I'm going to be able to use my government money for your blindness to pay for that as soon as you get to college. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you pick pretty intense topics, so, and by their nature of the topics, very hard to let them go. You're talking about LSD? Thought it was LCD. Could only swallow the remote control. LCD, like LCD Sound System, a very good band. You're saying, can I stream while I craft mines? I don't know if it will reveal my personal information of my family. I don't know. It's been like, I think we're gonna come up on 3 years of streaming. God, that's insane. That's insane! Oh, that's whoa! That's okay. That's nuts. Ooh, I've just been hanging out. Wow, I've just been hanging out here. Okay, well, so definitely in one of the streams somewhere in there, in the entire years that all this has been going on, probably my family's personal information has been revealed. But I mean, I've been trying to just hide stuff in too much information. but that doesn't stop it from coming up again and again. Okay, all of this. Da-da-da, you're saying my social security number and the DNA sequence will be in the mind of the craft. Or just my brother's username. Over 10% of your live streaming. No. Stop, I'm not fast at math. I've actually, I apparently can't do, what is that? I can't do a worksheet of very basic arithmetic in, under 2 minutes. I don't know if it was because I was panicking and being timed in a classroom setting, but the people to either side of me did it, and I was not able to. You're saying sorry for the cognito hazard? It's okay. It can't be a cognito hazard if I just wander away being like, I'm dumb. You're saying, oh good, you're bad at math. Yep, nothing to be sorry about. A cognito hazard, it's not a hazard to me. Can't even touch me. If it's supposed to hit me smack in the IQ when mine's down here. Right? That's how it goes sometimes. How it goes sometimes. Anyway, what else is happening on this arm? Dude. Okay, I want to put some finishing touches on this drawing. I'm preoccupied with how I broke somebody's heart today. It did give me fair warning about getting obsessed with people. And the last person I dated I also got obsessed with, so I know how brutal it can be. Should have been more careful. Alright, talking about a cognito hazard. Dude, wait, no, I saw the chat boo. Dude, okay, wait, I read part of the message and I thought in my head, maybe I'm gonna get around to the message of Myth Nerd being like, sorry for this and that. I feel this way about myself and that way about myself. Wow, that's all that stays in my head from the whole thing. I thought, well, okay, I see something is there, but I'm finishing my sentence, so let's get to that when I get to it. And then you're like, no, okay, it is fine. But it is also funny. Okay, talking about a superpower. I have a superpower. Don't be harsh. I don't know. I feel like I'm finding insanely complicated ways to break hearts and get my heart broken also. Like a never-ending cycle. You're saying it may take time for your friend to heal. Good thing is time passes. I guess so, yeah. I really want to help and support my friend because I admire them as a person so much. Literally, we met like last week, or something, or we've known each other for like 2 weeks, and clicked an incredible amount. Type of person where conversation passes like it's nothing, just the time passes and all of that. Why are you saying what? What are you doing over there? Are you guys having beef? Oh, okay. Language, I suppose. Okay, wait. And then, okay, because I'm getting distracted, okay, I wanted to say something else, but instead this pops into my head. My little brother accused me of, like, casually mogging. I was just contemplating, and then my face relaxed, and I guess I was doing the thing, mewing, whatever the fuck. But as goofy as that is, I was still a little bit and I'm bringing it up because I'm drawing cheekbones right now. As goofy as that is, I was still a little tiredly relieved to hear it because I get a little self-conscious about how my face gets super round when I smile big and stuff. And then I'm like, ugh, ugh, dude. I don't know. I don't know if that's the kind of image that I like and stuff, even though it is a smile. And it's nice to see you smile sometimes. Can still get self-conscious about it. You're saying obsessed with you. Who would ever do that? Dude. It's I've said something terrible to this person that I really value. And the worst part is I said it because I said it and I like didn't realize how heavy it was gonna be, otherwise I wouldn't have, but like logically of course it was exactly that heavy. Just didn't think. Maybe that makes it worse. I don't know. I just wanna give this individual a very big hug. We are on dead-ass opposite sides of town, however. I don't know how to navigate there. And also if I'm the cause of the pain, maybe I shouldn't be like in person and such. I'm looking at arms. I'm looking at the forearms over here. I put down all of this white shape so that I'd have a clear spot to draw on, and also to study the silhouette, so to speak. But it's not going to follow the silhouette exactly. Okay, so there's a little bit more of a hand, and then Myth Nerd is once again saying, think I'm gonna go, I took things too far and ruined our vibe. Again, sorry. Does saying sorry loses meaning at this point. Bye. Thanks for stopping by, Myth Nerd. The vibe goes up and down, like, anyway. Don't even worry. See you whenever. And we're talking about cat in a Pringles can. Alright. Let's keep some good vibes around then. On purpose, because whimsy must be studied and maintained and done on purpose. Were you putting the freaking Chad face in here? Are you distributing a Chad? Good lord. Okay, so let's have a little bit more of a hand. I'm definitely beyond the 2-hour mark now. And it's funny to think of the word mark when thinking about invincible and stuff. Dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why his chest so juicy? This is nuts. The dad from Chowder? No. Amazing World of Gumball? Yes! Yeah. Okay. So, I want to specifically put the hands in such a way that all of this makes sense, but also, I think I've made the dude a little bit lopsided. Are we twerking over the the gumball father? The gum father? Oh my gosh. Okay, so, this pose, muscularly, underneath a sign that says bakery, we've already created amazing energy in this studio today, in between the various topics. You're saying, Me trying to make sure I was following the random vibe killer message pops up. No, look what you've done to my artwork. No, no, okay. I am also just in my feelings, okay? I'm in my feelings today because some things have happened. Ugh. I'm gonna recover from that on a normal time scale instead of. Wait, can we could put some more. We can put some more detail on the booty. I think. You can. What are you doing? Okay, the bakery is serving something airy. Something airy, you could say. Okay, a little bit like this. A little bit like this. Um. Don't know what these lines are supposed to be yet in the muscularity of it all, but there we go. And, alright, that's perfect. You're saying it's our work to make you have a nice time. Dude, there, I mean, ideally it's freaking mutual. I'm getting earth on here. Alright, you're saying he can be my father with the bazongas. Okay. Some people's fathers can be caked up or whatever. I just well, I don't know where the mind's at. Okay, you want to see Omni Cakes and Finboy getting freaky. There's still a lot of room in this grocery store aisle. It's not too late for people to get freaked up in the grocery store aisle. There we go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Let's get Charles. Hey, and you know what? It works. There's. Okay. There it all goes. We've created some frankly amazing vibes in the studio today. Intermittently, on and off. I'm over my time here. Getting a little hungry. Let's sign it off, friend. You're saying next time you're dusting the hammer you're watching? Okay. Okay. Maintain a sort of a band standard. Let's put a little cat. Dare we say a little I said a little cat and then instantly the largest cat I've seen in a hot second happens there. Oh, that's discrimination. Check it out. Big dog, small dog, little dog discrimination. Oh, and a little dog. Oh, the big dog is not without options either. Does it ever make you uncomfortable how this one is kind of the size of a person? There are humans that are smaller than that. Alright. Alright. Right. Okay. Our vibes totally restored. We'll see you next time. Oh. Hopefully I'll fix my hair by then. Oh, okay.